Whoa, I'm back. I messed up my last recording. Not that big of a deal. I mean, it's going to be really fucking short, and I feel bad uploading something that was only like 5 minutes long. But oh well. I did mess around with my deck a little bit. So now I'm going to be playing, once again, my white human deck. It's going to be at 68 cards. It's definitely better than the 80 it was at last time. I don't quite like the scaling here, though that is pretty nice. I'm gonna draw a new hand, and I fucked myself over. Okay, so gentlemen's restart, just one time, just one time. That is far worse. Okay, this is better, though the scaling is once again pretty horrible. I'm gonna keep the hand because, like I said, I'm only gonna limit myself to one gentleman's redraw and then have to deal with it. I could have redrawn another hand if you didn't know, but then I would have had to give up a life card, or not a life card. I would have had to draw 6 instead of 1. So I could play this to exile him, but that'll let this guy draw another card, which I don't really feel like doing. Okay, I already hit continue once, and if I don't have an attack phase, I mean, yeah, it makes sense that it lets me go to my second main phase, but whatever. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1. Okay, that guy's getting fucking exiled with my Fiend Hunter. Almost goddamn immediately. So Fiend Hunter. Yes, goodbye. How much does it cost me to draw an extra card? Okay, landfall. Whenever a land enters battlefield under control, gains vigilance until end of turn. Okay, that's pretty nasty, also, considering it's a fucking 2/2. Or 2/3, rather. But, play this. How much does this actually cost me? Zoom in. Cost me 1. So, what I'm going to do is play Mentor the Meek. And then next turn, I'm going to play this. And I might exile that guy depending on how annoying he actually becomes. I can always block him down with this if he attacks, assuming no crazy strats come out in the meantime. So I'm going to skip the attack phase so that way I can keep my blocker. Oh my god, I hate this fucking continue horseshit. I really do need to look up the quick keys. Gotta stop being lazy about it. Defender with reach, okay? So he's making himself a nice little wall. I feel though that because I exiled that one guy at the beginning, it should be pretty good. So I'm gonna play Gather the Townsfolk, which will put 2 on the field, and then I'll be able to activate Mentor the Meek and draw extra cards, which will definitely help me ramp up a little bit more. Pay 1 and draw a card. Pay 1 and draw a card. Okay, that's pretty excellent. Plus, next turn I'm going to be able to start swinging through a little bit. Skip tap. I'm hoping that eventually I'll draw one of my big crush your face cards. So back when I played, I'm pretty sure it was Magic 2012. The end enemy was Nicol Bolas, and it was awesome. Try to fight him. Whenever land enters the battlefield, under your control, put a 1/1 green spoiling creature token onto the battlefield. Continue. Alrighty. So, cost me 4. I could pay 1 to draw 1. If I draw a land card, then my strategy will change up here. If not, I'm probably going to get rid of that Sporling dickhead. Well, I guess not, because I had to pay to do that anyway. So I'm still going to use this to, the Spore Mound, get rid of that, because I don't want him to be able to overload the field. Okay, and once again, I'm going to skip the attack for one more turn, and next time when I get down my unruly mobs, I'm then going to be able to actually start powering them up by sacrificing creatures and attacking. I'm definitely not going to attack with either of these two, but my little peons, I definitely will. Okay. So unruly mob. Pay 1 to draw a card. Haven't played a land yet. Unruly mob. I might have wanted to actually pay to get rid of him this turn, but I think it's relatively inconsequential. So should I save these to be able to draw more cards next turn? No, I'm gonna put this out just to bump my characters up even more, so that way I can swing through and hopefully eliminate some enemies on that side of the field. Okay, so should I risk Mentor of the Meek by swinging, because it blocks me down with these two on Mentor of the Meek? I'll definitely get put ahead. It'll put me behind just a little bit if that happens, but I'm going to do it anyway. Yep, like I thought, they were going to take out my Mentor of the Meek. Not that big of a deal. And next turn he should definitely be overloaded to the point that I can do a shit ton of damage. Under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on that dickhead. Awesome. So now I have a choice. Do I want to... I'm going to definitely take him out and fuck this Vigilance asshole. So right off the rip, O-Ring on this guy. And 1. So all my creatures will now gain +1/+1, and play this guy, letting all my creatures gain +2/+2. Now, actually going to activate his ability, making these guys 6/6s. And increasing everybody else by a considerable amount, because there'll actually be 7/7s this turn, and I'm going to attack with all. And that should do it. That is definitely over 16 damage going at his face. So, easy win. Alright, what card did I get? Seraph of the Dawn. Flying with lifelink, cost 5 as a 2/4. I'm actually going to jump into my deck manager really fast. The problem with doing this is that when I exit, it's going to be all the way at the beginning. I wish there was like a faster way to scroll through this crap. Where the fuck is it? I'm actually going to take out both of these because they're less than necessary in my opinion. The Flying Lifelink as a 2/4, compared to having my Baneslayer, which only costs 1 more. Flying, First Strike, Lifelink. Awesome fucking ability. And I'm at 65, which isn't the best, mind you, but it's pretty damn good. Hey, look at this. Save changes. Save changes. Single player. Got it. Wish it put me back to where I just was instead of dumping me back at the main menu. But oh well. Ooh, Sliver Hive. There's a Sliver deck? I might actually want to try playing that. I love Slivers. Slivers are devastating. You've come too close to the Hive's territory. Now you stand before its shaman. He shouts at you with clicks and hisses, holding an etched fossil in his claw hand like a talisman. His brethren gather nearby, their forms shifting. Okay, so I do like having the Angelic Overseer. My ramp up isn't the best, so I'm going to draw a new hand and hope. Okay, this is definitely a little bit better. So now I can get out my Doom Traveler, Unruly Mob, and then Selfless Cathar. If I don't get any more mana, I can have a little bit of control and draw. So I'm going to keep the hand, and hopefully I can get some more mana by turn 3. And I got my Angel. So Doom Traveler right away. Main thing with Slivers is you gotta try to keep them in control or somehow manage to be bigger than they are. So I'm hoping that I can have enough control to make things worthwhile, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Definitely just going to attack. 1 damage is 1 damage. You never know when you lose the game and your opponent's at 1 damage, and that one swing whooped your ass because you didn't take it when you could. Sliver creatures you control gain +0, +1. Okay? Not the worst thing to be going up against, but also not the best by any means. Okay, play 1 more mana. Actually going to play Mentor the Meek now because I'm not too afraid of the Sliver guy. And I'm actually going to attack again with my Doom Traveler. So that way if he blocks me down, I can get a +1/+1 on him, and also get a +1/+1 flyer. Or not +1/+1, but just a +1 flyer. And he didn't block me down, so he just took an extra damage for no fucking reason. It might be because he knows he can attack and pretty much fuck me over if he really wanted to. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, what does this guy do again? I know I kept him because he seems pretty awesome. Your opponent controls more land than you. You may search your library for planes, put it on the battlefield, then shuffle. Okay, so he doesn't control any more land than I do. So because of that, I'm going to actually hold on to my Fiend Hunter. Well, if I let him go, I can still draw another card. And yeah, so I'll be able to do 4 damage, which isn't the best because there's probably more important things that I should have kept around. Okay, pay 1 and draw a card. Deal. Okay, so next turn I'm going to be able to draw a shit ton. Even more so if he plays another land. So that way I can draw a land. The other reason why this little lion guy is badass is he's a 2/2 with first strike. So it can be pretty devastating. Right there. Sliver creatures you control have, whenever this creature attacks, it deals 1 damage to target creature or player. That fucking sucks. That really sucks. Okay, I'm pretty sure he has 5 mana now. It's kind of hard to see. Right, yeah, because he costs 5. So, I'm going to play him. Pay 1 and draw a card. Yes. Okay, put put that out on the battlefield. Then put that out. It's less than necessary in all honesty. Okay, one draw card. Got another planes. And I am going to play him just for shits and giggles. Okay, now I'm going to attack with that little guy. Because if he kills him, it's not that big of a deal. And if not, I get through 1 damage. Awesome. Killed him. Yay. Next, I'm going to play this guy. Vigilance. Power and toughness equal to the number of creatures you control, and I control a shit ton. Plus, I get 2 more 1/1 white spirit creature tokens with flying. So, that's pretty badass. Okay, got a land grab. What's this? Sliver, just a base level sliver. Not too scary. Not scary indeed. Did grab a land. Pretty decent for himself, but whatever. And if I remember correctly, this card is devastating. Tap any number of untapped creatures you control. Put a 4/4 white angel creature token on the battlefield for each creature tapped this way. So, I'm gonna play 1 more land. Play my monk. Draw 2 more cards. Pay 1 and draw a card. Pay 1 and draw a card. Got Champion of the Parish. It's a little bit late for him, but it's still good overall. And attack with my flying creature. And attack with my first striker. And they're going to block him down. I am going to kill off one of them. Should have been able to determine which guy I wanted to block, but oh well. I mean, it did attack the one I wanted, mind you, but I should have been able to actually declare it. Search a library for up to 2 basic land cards. Reveal them, then put the one on the battlefield tapped and the other into your hand. Okay, so he's definitely getting some mana ramp going. The issue with Sliver decks is they typically have strange mana demands because slivers come from all colors. So you tend to have multiple colored decks, which can be actually a negative. How much does this cost? 7? I have 8 total. I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna go for this turn. And tappy, tappy, tap, 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 tap. Finish. And shit just got real. I have 8 4/4 flying angels. That's just pretty stupid. I'm gonna hold on to him just to draw another card, and at this point it's relatively pointless since I drew him so late. And that's 17 damage right there with vigilance. It's kind of ridiculous. He's gotta block me down. I win next turn regardless. So continue. Sliver creatures you control have trample. And it's a 5/5. It doesn't matter because it doesn't have flying. He does have a ridiculous amount of mana going for him. Play that. Why not? Continue. Attack phase. Okay, right there's 20 damage. And and that's game. Nice and easy. I had a ridiculous amount of creatures. Fucker's a goddamn 1818. And that's just ridiculous. Okay, so this guy's pretty interesting, all things considered. As long as you have 5 or less life, creatures you control get +2/+2, which I never really want to be that low. But each time I tap him, I can put another guy out in the field, which could be pretty beneficial. So I unlocked a bunch of shit. Death from Above. Chandelard Champion. Was from beating the area. Herald of the Angels. Lord of the Leviathans. I'm not sure what that's for. Maybe it's because I just had some ridiculous strength. Acquire the Sliver Fossil. Yay for dyslexia and saying silver instead of sliver. After surviving the attack of the Sliver Hive, you pry the Sliver Fossil from the claws of Esnelek. Another piece of the puzzle has been found. Now I've unlocked Alara, which I never actually... I played against it. I never actually bought any of the cards in it. And I remember it being pretty devastating.
The goblin could scry with fire, using an enchanted gem.
Okay, whatever. Alright, so now that I'm at Alara, I'm going to end the video here. So, good luck, guys. Have fun. Peace.